for the girlies that have a thin hairline, a receding hairline, fine hair, or just hair that is just not there, I've decided to try this hairstyle, which I consider to be low tension. Essentially, this is a flip over sew and weave. So I've left the front of my hair out and I've just tried to blend it with a couple tracks in the back. Now for me, this is like ideal because I can do my treatments, I can micro needle my hairline. Obviously my hairline is thin, there's no question about that, but at the same time I didn't want to wear a wig and I didn't want to do braids. I would definitely use up to 2 bundles if I can fit it in my head. I've got a small head, so it's very flat, you know, like it's au naturel basically. But if I could, I would definitely go in with like another bundle. But yeah, let me know what you think, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.
It was so much easier for me to just braid my hair in smaller braids going back than doing them in like big bubble braids. So yeah, I left the front of my hair out, and as you guys can see, my hairline, especially at the corners, like they're so thin.
So as you can see, I have finished braiding my hair. I've decided to do them small so that when I sew in the tracks, they lay down as flat as possible.
So I started laying down the tracks horizontally, but then I felt like it was way too bulky around the corners, or like just the outside of my braids. So then I just took it all down and I started at a higher point.
So as you can see, hopefully, I have literally just sewed down the tracks, and what I'm doing is I want to sew them in like a U shape, as upside down as possible, because that way it will be less bulky. Because my hair is natural, I'm planning to just straighten it the once, and hopefully, like, you know, one time, well, if I straighten my hair once, like, it's fine. But obviously if I keep doing it back to back, I will get heat damage, and I don't want to get heat damage. I will show you guys what I do when I get to the top, because I'm doubling the weft, so I've got 2 tracks in one. Sometimes, I guess, when you get to the top, unless you are single, unless you're laying down your tracks like one by one, then it might look a bit bulky. Yeah. Okay, so as you can see, I have sewn down the tracks up to here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the track here because I want it to be high. So I'll just take like the track at the back, and then I will sew that down. Let me just sew it down here. And then I will do one, so we want the braid here. Obviously there should be net, so there should be some net on that braid. I'll just use this. Yeah, and then we're going to secure that in place. Okay, and then you've got this track here, and what I'll do is I'm actually just going to take it back. So then what we do is we take this track at the back, and then we take the one at the front, and then we can take it back. This way it kind of stops the bulkiness of both tracks, creating that bulge that just makes it look so like bulky. Like you want it to lay flat, like look, nice and flat. I'm gripping both tracks, by the way, and then I'm gonna sew that in place. Well, basically what's left is just the front, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to glue down the tracks as opposed to sew down the track. What I want to do is use smaller pieces to kind of close the gap as opposed to like long tracks. That way it would like it will sit a lot better. Okay, so I'm just spraying with some Got To Be. I've just put some glue on my track. And now I'm just gonna let it sit and dry. I'm now going to straighten my hair and try to blend everything in. I'm just going to go in with the Tresemme Heat Protector Spray. Because I actually like to use like one of these type of oils, because I know it's thick. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I like my hair to be, especially my natural hair, I like it to be like, I want to say doused. I like my natural hair to be covered in this.
And lastly, all I did was straighten my hair and blend it in, and then I sprayed it with Ebin spray.